I need to make a to-do list, believe it or not. And in my Steno notebook, I've always got my Steno notebook. Always, always, always. And I'm always writing things down. And there are times when I write things down that I write them down in a way that, it's like more like an idea at first. I do have a lot of things I need to do that I actually create, my to-do list for, right? But I think what I'm talking about here with this Steno notebook and the actual to-do list that I'm working on is my to-do list for going into 2025, and not necessarily making a New Year's resolution of any type, but just saying to myself, this is going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year in terms of I'm using my mind, my abilities, my experience, my background, my knowledge, my positive outlook on life. I'm trying to eat right. Not all the time. I like to eat munchies and watch TV. Well, I don't watch TV. I watch. I stream the videos of my favorite shows, and I'll eat chips and dips and munchies, just like anybody else would. But for the most part, I try to eat healthy, and I'll try to not do stupid stuff that would, interfere with my health. My to-do list that I've got here in my Steno notebook is what I'm working on today is a video ideas, right? Video ideas to-do list. So as I'm looking at things and hearing things and thinking, listening to the radio, see things on TV, whatever, right? Whatever's happening at the time. I'll think, oh, hey, that could be a good video idea. Or hey, that one little statement that I heard somebody say could be a whole series of videos, right? That one little statement. So anyway, I got a radio. Got a radio in the background. They talk to each other. Okay. Well, anyway. Jeez. Okay. Shut up, people. Never fails. Every time I make a video. Honestly, lost my train of thought. I think you get the gist. The gist of it is keep something with you for you so that you can write down your to-do list. I've got several different types of to-do lists. I've got short-term to-do list, which is kind of like, hey, this is what I got to get done today. Like today, I've got the day off work. Today, I need to get these specific things done. And I make me a list, and I check them off as I go, mark them out. It's kind of like making a grocery list. Like you sit down and you write down all these different things you need to pick up at the grocery store. Right? So you make your list. Right? You go to the grocery store, and as you're going along, you're marking things off your list that you pick up. Right? You fill your cart up. But as you're going along, right, you're looking at your list and trying to get those knocked out, right? You're going to see a couple of items there that's not on your list yet, right? They weren't things that was in your mind that you needed now, right? But you see it and you're like, whoa, I forgot about that. So let me go ahead and put that in my cart. And I'll put it on my list while I'm thinking about it, right? And then once I got it on my list, I'll mark it out because I know I got it in my cart. Well, my to-do list for coming up with video ideas for YouTube are basically the same. I make my list, but as I'm going through and I'm making videos, like right now, I'm talking to you about how I go through the process of creating my to-do list to make my videos. I lost my train of thought again. It must be because I haven't eaten breakfast yet, but for the most part, I try to eat healthy. Sometimes I miss breakfast, live on coffee, because everybody knows that coffee is the most important meal of the day. But as I go through and I'm doing my to-do list, I am, gotta keep my computer woke up. As I'm going through this and I'm looking at my to-do list, I come up with ideas. Like today, on here, I had wrote, like near the top there, to-do list, right? And then another one is outwork everyone. So I got to do a video on how to outwork everyone and not hurt yourself in the process. So as I'm going through creating my to-do list, I'm going into 2025, the new year, and other people are talking about New Year's resolutions. I'm talking about my new year. My entire year, my new year. What am I going to do for the entire year? My to-do list helps me as I read over it in my little Steno notebook I've got here. I write down my projects, my to-do list, my video ideas, other notes as I go. And in 2025, I know for a fact that I'm going to have over 365 video ideas, which means I could put a video out every day. I could do a video every day. Honestly, one line item on my to-do list could turn into a whole series of videos. I was going to tailor this video to people over 50 or over 60 and how they can, jump into something like a project or a hobby or just something to keep them busy, something, to put their mind to, kind of like I've been doing, doing not busy work, but relaxing, fulfilling work, I guess you could say. But keep my mind active and keep my mind on it and keep busy. It gives me something to look forward to. So I guess that's why I do this. I'm hoping that eventually I will get it to a point to where I feel comfortable. I feel good. I feel like whenever I turn the camera on, I feel like I can sit and talk to you and I can just be myself, right? Just be myself, work on my to-do list, make video here or there, upload it, And I really don't think it's hard to come up with line items for my to-do list. I don't think it's hard to come up with video ideas at all. Well, this morning, I'm laying in bed. I had barely woke up and I rearranged in bed, got myself really, really comfortable, right? Felt so good. And immediately my alarm clock was going off. Or, the sound it makes. It doesn't make a bad sound, but for me, when I hear that, it goes all over me. I've thought about my to-do list for so long and for so much in and out of each day that I actually, at that moment in time when my alarm clock went off and I was so disappointed that I wasn't going to be able to lay there and in that comfortable. Hey. You know I'm doing this at work, don't you? Okay. I probably ought to stop this right here. I guess the gist of it all is the gist of this video is, for me and for you, going into the year 2025, we can have a good feeling, a good outlook on life, a good positive outlook on our world in general around us. We can choose to do that. We can choose to push aside all the negativity, push aside all the stress and anxiety, push aside all that, right? Put our blinders on and focus on ourselves, focus on our to-do list, focus on improving our environment that we live in, improving on our creative journey. I guess that's what I'm doing. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say, and I'm looking forward to reading all the comments. I'm also looking forward to working on my to-do list today so I can come up with a whole new video for tomorrow. I've got probably nearly 100 ideas in here. I've got page after page after page of stuff that I've written down over time. This isn't one of those things I do like in a day's time. I mean, I can come up with ideas in a day's time, but every day I write things down in my Steno notebook. I come up with to-do list. I come up with idea list. I come up with, like, hey, this video that I need to do for fixing that car, I need to make sure I've got these parts and these tools and everything. And I can make that part of the video, or I could just gather it up all beforehand and, I guess have the stage prepared, maybe. I don't know if that's the proper term. But that's just kind of me and what I do and how I go about, my thought process, I guess you could say. Happy New Year.